Today in the Motor City of Detroit, it's a power-packed final at the World Series of Bowling. One of the most stacked shows in PBA history kicks off the new season. Chris Barnes, Pete Weber, Tommy Jones, and Bill O'Neill square off in a stepladder event with the winner taking on the all-time great Walter Ray Williams Jr. 91 titles between them. It's a supercharged clash of bowling's best. Get ready. The Motor City Open starts now.
Today, we will crown our first men's titleist of this PBA season. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, back with you from the inaugural World Series of Bowling. Today, it's the Motor City Championship, and the field, probably the strongest Final Five we've seen on the men's side in years.
Yeah, combined 103 titles and 18 majors for 4 of the 5 finalists. That other finalist, Bill O'Neill, has never won. In fact, he made 7 telecasts last season without a win. So in order for Bill O'Neill to win today, it's kind of like a David and Goliath scenario. He's going to have to beat Tommy Jones, Pete Weber, Chris Barnes, and the great Walter Ray to win his first ever title.
The Motor City Open, 103 titles represented today. Your Final 5. The number 5 qualifier made a career-high 7 television shows last year. 4-time All-America at Saginaw Valley State. From Levittown, PA, the real deal, Bill O'Neill.
What a season Bill O'Neill had. He ranked in the top 10 in earnings, average, and points. The only thing eluding him, a victory.
The number 4 qualifier owns 12 titles, including 2 majors. He bowled a 3-hole game in the position round to propel himself into this field. 5'6", Player of the Year from Simpsonville, South Carolina, Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones trying to get some love from Bill O'Neill's fiance. Don't think it's going to happen. This former Player of the Year looking to get back on track, pulled a perfect game just to make the telecast.
The number 3 qualifier has won 34 titles, including 8 majors. Second in all-time PBA earnings over $3 million. Hall of Famer, PTW, Pete Weber.
The greatest physical game the sport has ever known, but PTW's been struggling as of late on television. Can he right the ship today?
The number 2 qualifier waiting in the semifinal match owns 12 titles, including 2 majors. He is the 078 Player of the Year from Double Oak, Texas, Chris Barnes.
This former Player of the Year made another run at the Player of the Year honors and came up just a little bit short. In fact, it was a stone 8-pin that kept him from repeating. Can Chris Barnes get off to a hot start today? Let's wait and see.
The tournament leader is going for an unprecedented 46th title. He owns 7 majors. He has 6 Player of the Years, Hall of Famer from Ocala, Florida, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
About the only thing I would change for Walter Ray would be his shirt. I'm not a big fan of the horseshoe and bowling balls, but I am a big fan of this, and he does a lot of it. Nothing but strikes. The guy just keeps getting better with age.
So we begin with Bill O'Neill taking on Tommy Jones. And what a task ahead of O'Neill. 0 tour titles and nothing but really legends sitting in front of him, including the number 1 seed, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
I've bowled Walter Ray quite a bit in the past year or 2. And he's someone that I really, really like bowling, just because I know he's the greatest. And he elevates my game, because I know I have to be on my A game to beat him. And I've had some good success against him in the last year, and I think it's just due to the fact that I want to beat him so bad, just because it means so much to me every time I beat him.
Well, O'Neill will need 3 victories to earn the privilege to take on Walter Ray Williams Jr. Match number 1. Bill O'Neill, 0 PBA Tour titles, taking on 12-time titleist Tommy Jones. And we talked to Bill O'Neill before this, and I said, hey, what's your goal for this season? Win. Done. Conversation over. That's it. Points average. I did that last year. The goal is to win and then take it from there. Good start to the season, Billy O.
He's got a lot of television experience from last season, and he's just now got to somehow exercise those mental demons, get over the hump, and win.
Only 300 games rolled this week out here at the Motor City Open. O'Neill and that man, Tommy Jones, with 2 of them.
A little high there. You can see his ball speed at 19.7, just under 20 miles an hour. The reason for that, a lot of friction on this side of the bowling center. A little older synthetics. Players have to keep the ball speed up to keep it on line.
Made just 2 TV appearances last season, did TJ.
Great.
So Jones starts with an open frame. Here's TJ on, was Walter Ray an idol of yours?
No, not really. I mean, I knew who he was, obviously, and it was, you know, he's a legend. But I always wanted to hook it, so for me it was always Roth and Holman and Pete and those guys. But you can't knock Walter. I mean, it doesn't look very good, but he gets it done all the time, and, you know, there's nothing you can say about it.
All the young players, they want to emulate Tommy Jones and the big hook guys. But Walter Ray and Norm Duke are making all the money throwing it straight. Again, your Cat's Number computer-aided tracking system. You'll see speed, location throughout the telecast. Brought to you by the Kegel Training Center. Thanks to Kegel for all those numbers.
You see O'Neill's numbers from last season, twice a bridesmaid. Said he lost about 5 pounds or so in the offseason. Can tell his shape is better. His stamina has upped. And that's a big part of the World Series of Bowling. I mean, this is a huge grind for these pros.
It really is a lot of games in a short period of time, and you better be in shape for the grind.
I mean, not only is it a ton of games, but the word from the bowlers so far is that these oil patterns have been tweaked just enough to make things that much more challenging.
That's a great point, Rob. And speaking of oil patterns, let's take a look at our Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood. This is a special oil pattern designed specifically for the Motor City Open. 44 feet in length. Anytime you think of length on oil patterns, the longer it goes down the lane towards the head pin, the more the players are going to play in the center part of the lane, and that's exactly what we're seeing early on by Tommy Jones and Bill O'Neill. You can see how it looks to be a little bit crowned, but the outside part of the lane is pretty much out of play.
Second strike for O'Neill in the opening 3 frames. Up now, Tommy Jones. Open frame in the first, strike in the second, down 11. Back-to-back jacks for TJ, and man, what a crazy position round Friday night over at Taylor Lanes. Walter Ray Williams Jr., Chris Barnes tied going into the position round. Walter Ray won, so he's the top seed. Barnes 2. PDW was locked into 3rd. Then it got funky.
Yeah, then it got real crazy. Tommy Jones is in 8th, bowling Eugene McCune. He bowls 300 and goes from 8th to 4th. The final spot, the 5th spot, O'Neill and Rhino Page are going head-to-head. They actually tie the last game. They have a 1-game roll-off. O'Neill beats Rhino Page to get the last spot.
So now we begin the 4th. Tommy Jones working on a pair of strikes. Oof, 2-4-8.
2-4-8.
That's pretty good.
Well, judging by that reaction, he really liked that shot. You can see it was only 0.2 of a mile an hour faster. Normally when a professional likes it off his hand, it's a good shot. Right now, Tommy Jones has to decipher the oil pattern in front of him.
Sharp pickup by TJ. When we return, Bill O'Neill steps up in the bottom of the fourth with an early lead. The PBA Motor City Open is brought to you by Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By Bear Aspirin, expect wonders. And by the United States Bowling Congress, the all-new bowl.com, your online source for all things bowling. Log on to bowl.com today.